Hello guys, we are now back for episode 6. This is game day 6, so this is spring, the 6th day of spring. And I now know where the road train pack is, so I can make sure to get that picked. I was skipping over it last time. What? What? Did I pick the wrong map? Alright, we're going to have to exit out of this because I don't know what the heck's going on. That's the edited version of Slovak Village that we're going to use for our next web series. It must have somehow been picked. There we go. That looks a lot better. So I wanted to pick the road train pack because I'm not sure quite yet which bale trailer I'm going to use. I thought I had it picked, but then I thought about the road train pack and being able to maybe do doubles and maybe make less trips. So before we do anything, let's slow these trains down. And let's take a look at our finances because I want to see how our greenhouses did. So we netted $3,600 yesterday. Where's the equipment running costs at? Vehicle running cost was only $793. That's pretty good. So late spring, we start at 5 a.m. as opposed to 6 a.m. in early spring. Our grass does not look like it's grown too terrible much in the planted grass. Okay, that's fine. That's fine, Damien. Forecast was calling for rain today, but it is now going to hold out and be a nice sunny day. We do have rain in the forecast for the first day of summer, which is kind of a bummer because I'm planning on the first day of summer being the first day of our mowing abilities. Actually, let's sell our logs first. That way we can have plenty of space to pick up our grinder stumps with. So do you do dishes the old-fashioned way? Or do you do dishes the way I do dishes, and that is put them in a dishwasher? Alright. Here's where I screwed up and changed the cutting length. Get up in there and stay there. boil your own water. What about the hot water heater? Do you not have a hot water heater? Somebody made a real mess of some logs over here. They're all just... It's like that toothpick game where you pick up little toothpicks until the ball falls through or something. Let's see if we can get these. Let's see if we can get this last one. I didn't know you lived on an old tug. I knew from conversations that I've heard you have that you lived on an island or basically on the water. I didn't realize you actually lived in a tugboat. It's pretty cool. Go in cab. So in the other stream, Ed was telling me that he thought that I'd get more money for my logs if I sold them in the water as opposed to the land sell point or the crane sell point. So we're going to dump this load in the water and see what we get. I know we were getting about 28,000 per load the other day when we were selling trees. Well, at least you don't have to run on a treadmill or ride a bike to store up energy to play. If you have the ability to write in English, that'd be great, because I don't have an opportunity at this point to Google Translate that to be able to comment back to you. But how are you doing? I've seen you comment on some of my map videos. We're going to back these into the water and see what we get. We'll have to see what the last dollar value on that is to see what that little bit cost me. I'm going to spend a few seconds over here because I know that there's a couple gold over here. I just can't quite remember where they are. Ching. I think there's one over here. Alright, that's good enough. Are you talking about the Mack truck? That question actually came up the last stream. Do I do multiplayer servers? I've done multiplayer, a little bit of multiplayer, not a lot. The most recent multiplayer I did was with the author of Serenity Valley. We did a special 40th episode stream over the weekend. I've also done multiplayer with the PCSG open multiplayer server. But I don't do too much multiplayer because typically I don't have a lot of free time other than after 9:30 in the evenings. This week is a little special for me because our kids are away at their grandparents, so I kind of have a lot more time than I typically do to play. Fix our load here. Let them settle in. All right. I think that's all the logs here at the farm area. Let's see what we got. We got 25,000 for the last load. Yeah, I really like this truck, mostly because of its look. It's got a great old truck look on the inside. The outside's nice. I like the Mack wheels, and I just like the sound of it. Lots of the trucks that I've seen out there, as far as mods go, they don't get dirty. They're overly shiny. They're like super high gloss shine. They never get any dirt on them. I like this one because it's kind of grimy on the inside, and it definitely picks up dirt. So yeah, go ahead and subscribe if you like. We do a fair bit. I do a fair bit of content. I do map videos every Tuesday and Thursday. I do a pre-recorded Let's Play series. Hopefully, that'll be coming out on Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays on a fairly regular basis. And now I'm going to try to squeeze in streams of our single-player challenge here. We have 3 game years to get through, which will be basically 72 episodes between now and November 1st. Alright, so we're up to $88,000. We only have another $120,000 to go. We are completely debt-free, so that is a nice aspect. Let's go over to the sheep area and pick up them trees. Then I guess we'll see how short we are as far as money goes. We may have to take our harvester up into the woods, because I'd like to not take out a loan. Whoa. Tab into these trains and slow them down. Alright. We're not going to get much for these little toothpicks, but we wanted to clear this whole area so we could use it for mowing. And like I said in the previous stream, we're going to, after the last grass harvest, or the grass cutting, if you will, we're going to come in here and we're going to plow out this corner and put in grass of our own so that we can get a greater yield out of this area. to clean up this load. Alright. Let's see here. I think that's all the trees there that we cut. They do slide pretty easy. They're like lubed up with grease. There should be a bit more friction between the trees, each other, and the you know, with their bark and everything. Alright, we might actually have 2 more loads. We'll have to see. Just cut through here. Yeah, a tandem trailer could be helpful. I have to weigh the daily costs on that to decide if it would be really that useful. In fact, we'll have to look at that here in a moment. Of course, tandem backing into the water here might be a bit of a challenge. $114. We only have $100,000 more to go. If my math is right. If my math is wrong, then we have enough. But I think the baler I need is about $114,000 alone. Then we need to get a mower. And we need to get a windrower. Maybe. There was an excellent suggestion, I think Mark may have had it, to get the Massey Ferguson self-propelled mower. Last night I was thinking about the Big M, but when I looked up the Big M costs, the Big M cost me $75 a day just to own. It has a 15-meter working width, I think. And I can get I think I can get a regular mower that has maybe half of the working width, and its maintenance is like a third of that. So I want to keep my daily maintenance as low as possible on the things that I'm going to own. And I would definitely want to own the mower. What's a benefit about this trailer is it does have a back guard plate, so if things slide, they're not going to slide out the back of the trailer. Take advantage of the slippery logs. I think we'll definitely have 2 loads. Got him wiggling, but he doesn't want to pick up. There we go. Alright, we'll call that another load. Stop auto load. So let's look at real quick the trailer, forestry. So this is a trailer I have, $10 a day. Now let's look at this. $10 a day, $10 a day, but they're $27,000 and $34,000 a piece, whereas this trailer is only 15 or 17. No, 15,000. So they're significantly more expensive to purchase. They cost the same per day to own. So owning doubles would only double my cost per day to $20. So that wouldn't be too terrible bad. And I would hope that this truck would be able to pull 2 trailers full of logs. I did strap them yet. Hi, Lauren. Hello, Mr. Bull. Today on this stream, we are all about just selling logs that we cut the previous episode. We have a goal of earning about another $100,000, which I think is going to take about 3.5 loads of logs. And we only have, I think, one more load of logs already cut. So we may need to jump in the Scorpion and cut us a few more trees. Because my goal is to have about $215,000 in the bank by the end of spring, because we have a fair bit of baling equipment and mowing equipment to buy come next game day, which will be early summer. Because I'm hoping to start mowing and baling as far as early summer goes. $139,000, so we're getting there. I think we got what, $25,000 off of that load. All right, let's go see how many more logs we can get. Right. Well, there's a wonderful view of where we just were. Now, I did toy with the idea of having doing a courseplay course, and basically sending a courseplay driver off to drive between here and the sawmill. But I would still need to jump in and do the unloading. And the reason for doing that would be so I could maybe focus on cutting logs or clearing stumps while the driver basically went between here and there. All right, let's clean our load up. It's gotten a bit messy. This one log to lay down. It's a little better. Alright. See how many of these we can get. We're not going to be able to get them all, that's for sure. Take this load. This one's going to be pretty tippy, I think. So we got some pretty big logs there. I hear a train. Looks like we got across there just in time. Looks like our greenhouses are giving us some money because we're now up to 140. I think we'll want to top them off before the end of the day. I don't know how long they'll go with without being refilled. Here we have a rain. Rain is coming. So far, traffic hasn't been too terrible bad. Now, there is no rule related to keeping traffic on. So I guess in theory, if I wanted to, I could turn traffic off. Look at that. That's 31,000 for that load. That's quite nice. Let's pull out in front of this car. What would make this truck totally awesome would be if it had the adjustable mirrors like the road train trucks. That would make this truck absolutely awesome. I also like how this truck doesn't go at some ridiculously high speed. It's basically been governed at 51. Alright, I think that's all the logs up here. Oh, we've got to deal with that thing. Alright, let's go and I don't think there's any logs over here. Let's go cut a couple more trees. See if we can't hit our goal of $215,000. And then we'll grind stumps. Oh, where am I going? Just take that road sign out. We don't need it. We gotta go back here. We're not gonna sell those little bits of trees. We're gonna cut these. This is where the old sheds used to be. We now have a bunch of trees. I think if we take out 6 trees, that should be enough for a load. Although that's only going to get us to maybe $200,000. We really need 2 more loads of trees. Get our goal. Might as well just clear this whole area out then. I have thought about the sawdust or wood chip mod, but basically I decided that the time that it would take for me to collect the wood chips would probably end up being more time than the wood chips are worth. Since we are running at 15x speed, an entire game day goes by in about an hour and 15 minutes of real time. So you can imagine if you spent 20 minutes picking up a tipper full of wood chips, that would only probably be a couple $1,000 worth of time, or worth of money. And 20 minutes at 15x speed is about probably 4 hours. So if I just focus on cutting down trees, probably in 20 minutes I can make about $20,000. If not a little more. It's a perfectly fine suggestion, and I've seen Jerry, Old Guy Farmer, who's doing this challenge. He's also the originator of the challenge. He's got the sawdust mod in, and he's using it for when he does forestry. I've seen the Old Guy Farmer has another challenge going on the multiplayer level, where I've seen the sawdust mod used. And they're playing on like 9-day seasons or 12-day seasons. But they're going for just one game year. And they're playing at 5x. So at that, there's plenty of time to pick stuff up. Why am I not able to cut you? There we go. But I'm just worried at 15x, 6-day seasons, there just isn't enough time to pick up sawdust. Right. You've got the exact point of why I'm picking certain trees to cut. I could easily go up into the hills where the trees are denser, and basically probably get a better, a greater amount of trees cut. But I'm cutting these trees to get to the grass that's underneath of it. You can see I'm leaving the trees that are basically behind me for now, because they don't have any grass that's worth cutting, because they're on pretty rough ground. I've watched their streams. It's way too early to tell how people are doing. I know Jerry, Old Guy Farmer, he is working the idea of a traditional farm. He's got cows right now already. So he's spending time caring for his cows so he gets his milk, and he's using his milk to kind of offset his operating costs. But I think he also is carrying a fair bit of debt. But as his cows reproduce and as his cows start putting out more and more milk, he may be in a position where he's making a lot of idle income as a result of the milk production. GrizzlyBearSims is doing the challenge, and he now has some amount of sheep. And we know sheep produce a lot of wool in the spring. So he's going to have a fair bit of casual income from the sheep, where all he's got to do is give them hay every so often. So it's really too early to tell where we are. I have a ton of equipment I still need to buy, because basically we have nothing to harvest our grass with. We have nothing to bale our grass with. and we don't have anything to transport our grass with, or our bales. And we can't sell our silage bales right away. We're going to have to store them for some period of time and wait for them to ferment. So my plan is to basically cut trees while I'm waiting for the grass to grow. So once we, hopefully tomorrow, the first day of summer, we'll be able to mow giant's grass, or basically map grass, that's around the fields and in various areas. And then our field grass that we've planted, it's about one growth stage behind the map grass. So I don't know how long it takes for the growth stages, but it may be midsummer before we can actually mow our planted grass. If that's the case, we might have 2 days where we can just concentrate on mowing and baling map grass before we start worrying about the planted grass that we have. But right now it's literally just waiting for the grass to grow. I'm going to take out this tree and then we're going to start picking them back up. Go. So we have rain forecasted, but we haven't seen any rain. Alright, we're going to put this over here for now. And that should be enough for 2 loads of trees. It's Farmer Oopsie's back. And with 2 loads of trees, we should have met my goal of $215,000. And then at the end of the stream, we will I'll basically run through what I plan on purchasing the next game day. If all works out, we'll be doing the next game day stream tomorrow evening. I've mentioned it previous, but I plan on basically when it comes late autumn or maybe early winter, as long as the ground's not frozen, we're going to plow up all of these areas that we're clearing and basically plant grass in them. And we're plowing them up so we can fertilize them and basically increase our yield for next year. But we're not going to do that now because we would lose all the grass that we've got growing there now. I'm trying to get a decent load here. Some of these logs don't want to cooperate. I find the auto load works best if you load a few logs at a time and then kind of let them fall. You can often get a better load that way. And then every so often you have a little deviant log that wants to just lay weird. I thought we'd have 2 loads worth, but maybe we don't. Alright, that's good enough. This should put us over the 300,000 or 200,000 mark. So I think we'll have a good benchmark as to where various people are come the end of first year. But then again, there's still 2/3 of the contest left. And some of the strategies may be a longer play than my strategy. It appears that my daughter has found her way into my stream. How's time up at the grandma's and the granddad's house? Hi, Austin. So I kind of think my strategy is maybe a bit short-term money earning. I can earn money pretty quick in the short term, but then again, I don't know how well how sustained my income is going to be, because I do have to wait. I have to bail and wait a few days before I can sell. I did learn today that silage bales with seasons actually have a market value that fluctuates. So different times of the year, silage bales will cost more or less. So it can be a game of trying to figure out when the best point is to sell your silage bales. And at that point, then it's managing your income and your expenses until you can sell your silage bales. Whoops. We've made the 200,000 mark. So I am thinking about, initially I wasn't thinking about doing animals, but I am now thinking about maybe sheep, because sheep are cheap as far as taking care of them. They don't take a lot of food. And I saw today with old guy Farmer, he was using the little Amazon Pro Hopper GTX mods lawnmower, and he was basically mowing inside the cattle pasture area to feed the cows. And I told him that that was a wonderful idea that he gave me. So I'm thinking, for the amount of that the sheep eat, I could probably get the little Pro Hopper and just mow the grass inside the sheep pen and use that for the sheep, as opposed to basically having to take a bale that I would have wrapped and feed the sheep that way. And then I would just have to worry about feeding them over the winter when there isn't any grass. And at that point, I guess I'd have to maybe buy bales of hay in, as opposed to, or I could basically short-term own a tedder and make some hay bales, like like right now, I know it's very in spring, sheep are expensive to buy, but I do know that the sheep get cheaper throughout the year. So it can be, again, the buy low, sell high. Wait until the sheep are fairly low cost comparatively, and that's when we pick them up. And the plan I would have with respect to year 3 is, it's all the logs there. In year 3, I would basically sell the sheep probably at the end of spring, because sheep are less productive over the summer, and they are not productive at all during autumn and winter. And since at the end of the challenge we are to sell everything on the last day of winter, there isn't a requirement to wait until the last day of winter that I know of. So there's no reason why I couldn't sell the sheep, let's say at the end of spring, when they still have a fairly high resale value, to basically get my biggest dollar bang for the sheep. I wouldn't have the expense of caring for them when they're not producing me anything in the 3rd year. So that's an idea that I've got. Now I may have planted a loophole in the other contestants' heads, because I do know that they everyone is basically watching everyone else's stuff at this point, and that's part of the reason for the starting and stopping the streams at the game loading screen, is to basically provide as much transparency as possible. So I'll find out pretty quick from Old Guy Farmer if the idea of selling things mid contest is somehow against the unwritten rules, or he may decide that since he didn't think of that issue in this contest, that the next contest he does may have that stipulation in it, that if you buy animals, you have to keep them until the last day of the challenge or something. I don't want to go that way, I want to go this way. Yeah, it's raining now. It's just fine. It's fairly late in the day. Come spring, you can work pretty late into the night. I do need to check on our greenhouses. Need to get the telehandler back over there. I don't want to go this way, I want to go this way. Oh, and now I've whipped it around completely. Alright, we're going to cut, how many? Cut 2 more trees, and then we're going to deal with the greenhouses. And our forecast has rain for tomorrow also. So if that does happen, we'll probably have a period of time when we're not going to be baling and mowing. So we could come in and clear our stumps at that point. This thing is so slow. And then I saw earlier today that the smaller version of this, the Samporo or whatever, that thing's like even slower than this is. Alright, we gotta get our eggs. That's the way I understand it. Only 21 eggs will spawn here, and then once 21 eggs have spawned, no more will spawn. So we might as well get as much eggs as we can. It's a free couple dollars. Alright. Let's get over to our greenhouses and just make sure that they're stocked up. They're bringing us about $6,000 a day, I think. We definitely need to clean this area out of trees. And the area over there behind the welcome center. And I can run a mission today. We ran a mission yesterday. Actually, it was 2 episodes ago, but it was technically game day 5 because it was after midnight. So now that it's game day 6, I can run another mission. And I think we might just do that. Because I have plans that I want to buy this field at some point. So let's see here. This will get us $1,900. At some point I want to buy this field so I can obviously put grass in it. Since it's so close to the greenhouses, it will benefit us also. Alright. Just trying to get lined up here. And we're not really losing time, because what I understand is that that while we're running the mission, the game clock goes down to 1x. So we're only going to use 10 minutes of real time to run this mission. So it would be completely different if during this mission we were still running at 15x, because 10 minutes would waste at least an hour and a half of game time. So for those in chat that would, if you were to run this contest, what kind of strategies would you all have? Looks like he's got potatoes planted in this field. That would take forever to harvest. At some point we'll clear the trees around this field too. Alright, go ahead and get to bed, because you've probably got a busy day tomorrow. Your mom will be up on Friday, and then you'll come back Saturday. Hopefully it'll be fine with me missing those little bits on the ends, because it's dark and it would be a complete pain to try to figure out what I missed, since I can't even tell that that the texture is changing there at all. The only reason I even know we're doing any progress is I see the pie up there changing. Hello, Typical Dom. I just see your comment. Welcome to the channel. If you're not a subscriber, please consider subscribing. We've got lots of streams of this contest left. We have to go 72 episodes, and we are in episode 6 at this point. We also have a ton of extra content on the channel. Today is Tuesday, so tomorrow there will be episode 41 of Serenity Valley. Sean, did you check out the live stream? I don't remember. Yeah, you were in the live stream. I remember you were watching it now. That was a really great thing, and I think we're going to bring Rockhound back for episode 50 to end out that series. And now that we are in the black on that series, we are making money like there is no tomorrow. So I've already recorded up to episode 44. 41, no, I've recorded up to episode 43. I'll be recording episode 44 tomorrow, which will air next Wednesday. And just to give you a little hint, we're already up to $2.5 million. So we're almost done this mission. Another $1,900 in the pocket. Yeah, I thought it adds a lot to the to play as maps when you know some of the background about some of the sell points and some of the other aspects, some of the design ideas. It helps get you centered and lets you really immerse into the map. Spin around here. Yay! Alright, $1,900. Where are we at? Oh, we gotta go over here. So you see, not a lot of time has passed. Are you talking about this map, or are you talking about Serenity Valley? As far as the strategy of doing a wood chipper and feeding it logs. Alright. It'll be interesting to see if we have a wet crop in the morning as a result of our rain tonight. Because we know that if it rains, you know, at night, it's definitely not going to be dry in the morning. Oh, come on. So I love this little trailer, this little water trailer. Holds 10,000 gallons. It has the same daily maintenance as the in-game water trailer. The only negative is the dolly, so you just don't back it up. And this trailer came from the Bergman equipment pack. Alright, so the last one's not full of water, but it's close enough. Let's see here, is this our semi? See if we can get these logs sold. It's a rather bright night. We must have a game full moon or something. Can I pick this up? Oh, it's too heavy. We're about done the stream anyway, so I doubt you'll be able to get back in time. I want to get this log loaded. There, we got that one. Let's get this other little log loaded. We're just going to load this log, because we got 15 minutes before midnight. I don't want to work through the night. Alright, we strapped them down. Alright. So let's save the game. Let's go back. And let's fast forward. So it is now summer. Where'd my cursor go? Seriously, where'd the cursor go? Oh, there it is. Now I lost it. There we go. No. What's the deal? Okay. There we go. That was the oddest thing. Guess maybe it was running a bunch of scripts or something. Alright, so we're at $204,000. It is 4:55 a.m. Let's take a look at our finances. We earned $167,000 yesterday. That's great. We sold $159,000 worth of wood. We got another load of wood yet to sell. We had $274 worth of manure that we had to buy. Property income of $69.12. Very good, very good. And our vehicle running cost of only $792. That includes a giant Scorpion King. So let's save this, and let's jump in the store real fast, and I'm going to show you what I plan on buying. So for the mower, I'm thinking of using this Kuhn mower. It's got a 4.3 working with, but it's only costing me $20 a day. I looked at the butterfly mowers, and the problem is with our tractor we don't have a front hitch. So we really can't use the 3 butterflies. This is the only one we could hook all together, and we don't have the horsepower to drive that. This one to do, we'd need a front hitch, so we can't really do that one. We've got the disc bind, which has a 4-meter working width, but it's $30, too expensive. This one's $20 a day, and it's 3 meters, too narrow. This one, 4.3 at $20 a day. It seems like a perfect fit. So that's the mower we're going to pick up. I was going to use this windrower, but it's $70 a day. That is outrageous, so we're not going to do that. 19 meters at $85 a day. That's a bit high. So I'm thinking about picking up this one, which is just 40 meters or 9.3 meters, and it's just $40 a day. This one is $10, but I think it's a little too narrow. I like this one. So we're probably going to do that. Balers. Initially I was looking at this baler because it's dirt cheap. It's $100 a day. But to do this baler I would need the square wrapper at $220 a day. Too much. The round bale wrapper is $170 a day, and the round baler is $110 a day, so that's $280 a day for that combination. This seems to be the cheapest route at $210 a day for both the baler and the wrapper, because this one's $45 a day, but then I'd have to buy again this, so that's $265. So that's the cheapest way I've found it so far. So I think we're going to pick up this one, $135,000. And then I've got to figure out where the trailers are. I was going to get this at $10 a day, but I don't know how many bales it transports. I was going to get this one. This one's only $10 a day also. Flatbed. But then I wanted to check out the road train and see. So this one will hold 36 round bales at $10 a day. This one will hold 24 round bales at $10 a day. So I really like this one. I just don't know how many round bales the other flatbed will hold. So I may pick up this one just because it's $10 a day, whereas this one it's the same $10 a day, but it's $32,500. The other was only $30. So this is definitely going to be our flatbed trailer for our bales. So that's what we're going to buy tomorrow after we sell this load of lumber. And our grass, look at this. The map grass has got little flowers in it, so it's at its full growth state. We're going to be able to make silage bales next game day. So we're going to stream that tomorrow. So until next time, guys, happy farming. We're going to save this once more and quit out. And end the stream there. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.